Okay, we will start again. So we are moving on. Still, we are discussing this part of the mindfulness on the body, in which we had 6 meditations, and we finished 3. This is the one we are going to discuss now. It will be on the anatomical parts of the body. So far we were discussing breathing and the posture and other physical activities. This time we take our attention to the inside of the body actually. The mindfulness is taken to another level by this meditation. Okay, we know these creatures, right? They usually like flowers, but now that you were meditating, what do you notice in their behaviors? Do these creatures like bees, butterflies, come and sit on your body while you are meditating? You hardly find such creatures coming, isn't it? Instead, you will find flies, mosquitoes, ants coming towards you if you stand still. Why? The reason is obvious, isn't it? These butterflies, bees, they are not coming because they are searching for something and it is missing completely in your body. The flies are coming because they are searching for something and it's present there in your body. Okay, so they know a lot about your body, right? Why aren't they coming, searching for me when I stand still or when I meditate? The reason must be obvious. The flies, mosquitoes, they find what they want. But the fragrance that the bees and the butterflies are looking, they are completely missing in our bodies. So in this meditation, what we are going to do is to dismantle the body. Just like we dismantle a machine, like a car, you dismantle what is inside and then visualize using the mind and then try to get an understanding of the reality there. Okay. The picture is one of the animals that you know very well, and what is called the body of that animal. The anatomical parts of that body you can see. It may not be beautiful, isn't it? And but it is the reality. And if compared with this animal's body, if you put your body in place, will it be more beautiful because you are a human? It may not. It may not. The human body may be even worse. Right? The anatomical parts, they are in package for you. And whether you like it or not, you are gifted with that. So their anatomical parts are arranged in a certain order for you to do physical activities. And we noticed already those physical activities arise due to a decision by the mind. If the mind, that decision is absent, the physical body has no intention at all to do any movement. It's just a kind of, it's like a log which is totally inactive. So it becomes active only by the commands given by the mind. But this inactive part of the body is kind of a package of various anatomical parts whose nature, the natural properties of those anatomical parts, we can study. For meditation, we use certain basic natural properties to address. So, what are the properties of these different anatomical parts? Well, the human, if you superimpose on that, human body is even worse, right? Worse than this animal. Right? So the idea here is for the mind to be capable of identifying the natural properties of the anatomical parts by dismantling. Why do we dismantle? Why can't we address the body as it is? The reason being that when you dismantle, it's very easy to visualize each subpart to observe its properties. And also when the whole thing is in package, the certain properties are lost and you can't really address them. Same way, like you dismantle a car, which you have seen when you pass by a garage, you can see various parts of a car dismantled like this. The same way, we do certain mental volitions. We do it by the mind. We use the mental volitions in order to dismantle the anatomical parts of the body and place them right in front mentally and visualize each subpart to see what are their properties. Because they are parts of nature. They are given to you by the nature, and certain properties you are not given any particular choice about it. Therefore, we would like to use the mind to observe what is available, what has been gifted. Okay, so this is what we are going to do with the mind. Let the mind take the pieces out and put them on the floor in front of you, and then carefully observe their nature, their properties. For this particular meditation, we use contemplation. We add contemplation on the mindfulness to identify the nature of the body in such a way that it will repel the sensual desires which are disturbing our mind. You know, sensual desires are necessary for you to live, but extreme drive of sensual desires can cause a lot of unrest in the mind. The mind will become restless, and then the drive will be too much sometimes. So it is necessary to curb and maintain the sensual desires at the sufficient level for you to live. If it comes to a level which is disturbing the restfulness of the mind, that should be arrested or curbed using this meditation. So the purpose of this meditation is to maintain sensual desires at bay, not allowing them to drive you, overdrive you too much. Because sometimes, you know, in the society, when there are certain people who are unable to control their sensual desires, and they want to gratify those sensual desires by force sometimes. So that is extreme drive. That kind of drives are very damaging to the person as well as to the society. And this particular meditation is helping us to maintain the sensual desires at bay, uh, not allowing them to disturb the peace of the mind or disturb the rest of the mind too much. Therefore, the nature of the body here, nature of the body will be we will be focusing more on unpleasantness nature of the body. By the way, I want to ask a question. Do you see the slides advancing this time? Or are we having the same issue as earlier? Did you see the slides advancing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Well, thank you for answering in voice. That is the best way, I think. Otherwise, I have to switch the screen to the chat to pay the attention. If you ask by voice, it will be more convenient to me. Okay. So when you dismantle the internal parts of the body and observe, use your mind to observe them, of course, it's very educative because the mind is getting trained to observe each part. But on the other hand, in this particular meditation, we ask ourselves these questions for each and every body part which is in front. Of course, the picture is not realistic, you know. What is on your screen is not the real picture. It's a model of your body, medical model of your body, dismantled. In the meditation, we will be dismantling our real body, so the view will not be this pleasant. Of course, the view will be such a way that you can't show it to anybody, actually. You need to hide. So it's all done mentally. So we ask ourselves, is it pleasant? Let's say we select the brain on the floor after you dismantle, then check its color, check its shape, check its appearance, and we want to check with our mind, is it a pleasant sight? Can I show it to someone? Or is it attractive? Is it fragrant, or is it sweet smelling or bad smelling? Is it changing, or is it static? Is it satisfactory? Is it under my control? These kind of questions will be checked. Answers to these questions will be checked for each and every body part. And we try to observe them, observe these properties as they are in the nature. So we engage the mind in imaginative visualization of these properties of each part of the body. For example, if I superimpose a human body on top of this animal's body, you will notice that this animal's body is much better. The human body is worse, actually. So we will be checking for each part, is it pleasant sight, or is it attractive, fragrant, permanent, satisfactory, or is it under my control? And you will notice for each one of these body parts, so bodily anatomical parts, you will notice they're actually unpleasant. Whether you like it or not, that is the way the nature works. They are not attractive. In fact, we need to hide them. We can't show them to anybody. all of them give bad odor or foul smell. None of them give a sweet smell. Very strange, isn't it? Why at least a single physical part of the body is not giving a sweet smell? Which means that the choice is not given to you, isn't it? Given, if the choice were given to you, I'm sure you will choose sweet smelling body parts, or body parts of better color, better shape. And all of them are continuously changing and decaying. None of them are static. Every second, every split second, things are changing there. And while I speak, you all are aging, including me. Continuous change, continuous decay. And whether they are satisfactory to you or not is your decision. I'm sure the way it looks like, they are unsatisfactory. Given a choice, we will choose better. Are they under my control? Can I stop them decaying? Or can I change them to a different color that I like? Can I change the smell to a different smell I like? Well, no control given to you on these things. Therefore, these body parts are not under your control. So these are the properties we will observe. Of course, although I put one picture on the screen, during meditation, we will be addressing one body part at a time, like this. We will be addressing hair. We visualize our own hair on the floor and check whether it's attractive, and all those questions you can keep asking. Once we finish that, we check on those properties on bodily hair, and then we check on the nails. We check on, of course, they are not naturally very pleasant. Is otherwise, why would people apply various paints on the nails, right? Then the teeth. This is the reality of teeth. Shapes, color, smell, all that you can visualize in your mind. Then your mind will be able to see certain things that it didn't want to think of earlier. Why we put them on the floor to observe these properties is while the teeth is within the body, like in your mouth, these properties are completely hidden. I mean, smell and other things are completely, even the saliva, for example, when you put on the floor in front of you, it's real nature could be observed. While it is in your mouth, you will not be able to observe the real properties. Well, give me a minute. Okay. Then we focus our attention next to the skin, next to the flesh. Well, these are the real body parts, not the models as shown in the earlier pictures. Blood vessels throughout the body, various blood vessels. Then the brain, in that order, we will be looking at them. The lungs. Well, I will keep showing this in the order that we are going to do the meditation. If you come across anything pretty, you can let me know. Anything which gives a nice smell, you can let me know. Membrane, the part separating your upper chest area from the belly. Stomach. Undigested food. Liver. Gallbladder. Large intestines. Small intestines. Kidneys. bones, bone marrow. These words are coming within the meditation, so it's better for you to get awareness first. Bone marrow like this, blood, urine, sweat, saliva, phlegm, snot, pus, fats of the body, right around the body, grease coming onto the skin, tears, biles, the green color liquid, the joint oils. Likewise, we examine each one for these properties: pleasantness, attractiveness, fragrance, permanence or impermanence, satisfactory or unsatisfactory, or are they under my control or not? Okay. Right, that is the meditation on the unpleasantness of the anatomical parts. Well, what is the purpose for doing this? First, the becoming mindful of the whole body, the inside of the body. And then the contemplation we are adding on to that is to repel excessive sensual desires in our mind, to repel excessive sensual desires in our mind. You may now remember that we did earlier the loving kindness meditation to repel aversive feelings, so aversion from our mind. Same way, this particular meditation will repel sensual desires from our mind in such a way that you will be able to maintain sensual desires at a healthy level. So when the sensual desires become excessive and disturbing the mind, these contemplations will be very useful to pull it back under control and get the peace of the mind again. So that is the purpose. So it's time for us to do the meditation now. I will stop on this particular session. We will log on to the guided meditation session, which is there. This time when you log on, can you use the index number so that Dr. Samiru will find it easy. Please use the index number in front. To the end, you can add your name if you like, or without that is even okay, right? Okay, let's join in the other session.